Speed Rush Motors brings you another exciting deep dive, and this time we are stepping into the future of urban commuting with a full experience on electric scooters. The world of motorbikes and scooters has been shifting rapidly in the last few years, and nothing highlights that transformation better than the rise of electric two-wheelers. What was once seen as a novelty has now become a serious and practical alternative for daily rides, short commutes, and even adventurous city runs. Today we are talking about what it feels like to actually ride an electric scooter, how it changes the way we view transportation, and why it's becoming a massive trend across the globe. The first thing that strikes you when you get on an electric scooter is the silence. You press the start, twist the throttle, and instead of the roar of a combustion engine you're met with a whisper-like hum, sometimes almost nothing at all. This instant quietness changes the whole experience of riding, especially in busy cities where noise pollution is a daily annoyance. Imagine weaving through traffic with nothing but the sound of the wind rushing past your helmet and the smooth roll of the tires beneath you. It feels futuristic and refreshing, and it makes the city feel different too. Suddenly, the chaos of traffic seems less aggressive, and the scooter feels like a modern, calm solution in the middle of all that rush. But silence isn't the only surprise. The real thrill comes from the torque. Electric scooters, regardless of size, usually deliver instant torque the moment you twist the throttle. Unlike traditional scooters that need to build up revs, electric ones shoot forward with no lag, giving you smooth but punchy acceleration. Even small city models often feel quicker off the line than petrol scooters of the same size. This makes overtaking or zipping through traffic lights far more fun and surprisingly efficient. It feels like riding something small but powerful, giving you confidence and excitement every time you ride. Then there's the convenience factor. Riders quickly notice that electric scooters bring a new sense of simplicity. No more trips to the fuel station, no oil changes, no spark plugs, and far fewer moving parts to worry about. You just plug it in, charge it overnight, and you're ready to go. Some models even let you remove the battery and charge it indoors, which is a huge benefit for people living in apartments. That practicality makes owning one less stressful, especially in cities where gas stations aren't always close by or where parking is tight. Another part of the experience that stands out is the smoothness of the ride. Since electric scooters often don't use traditional gearboxes, there's no gear shift or engine vibrations to disrupt the ride. Everything feels direct and effortless. For new riders, this is a big plus because it takes away the learning curve that often comes with clutch or gear management. You simply twist and go. Even for seasoned riders, that smoothness feels modern, like the scooter is gliding through the streets instead of fighting against them. Of course, the experience isn't just about positives. Range anxiety is still a real factor for many riders. Even though technology is improving and many modern electric scooters now offer respectable ranges of 100 to 150 kilometers per charge, it still lingers in the back of your mind. You have to plan your rides, especially longer ones, and you start thinking about charging points in a way that petrol riders rarely consider. For city riders, this usually isn't a deal breaker, but if you're used to spontaneous long-distance trips, it can be a limitation. That said, most brands are working hard to improve battery technology, and the progress year by year has been impressive. Another part of the experience is how these scooters integrate with modern tech. Many electric scooters come loaded with features like smartphone connectivity, GPS, riding modes, anti-theft systems, and even app-based diagnostics. This makes the ownership experience feel like you're riding not just a vehicle, but a smart gadget. Adjusting riding modes from eco to sport, tracking your battery health on your phone, or locating your scooter in a crowded parking lot with a tap of an app adds another futuristic layer to the experience. It blends the fun of riding with the digital convenience we've all gotten used to in daily life. Charging becomes part of your daily routine, and this changes how you think about your scooter. Instead of running on empty and rushing to a petrol pump, you get into a habit of plugging it in at night, much like charging your phone. At first, it feels different, but after a while it becomes second nature. In fact, many riders actually prefer it because it saves time and trips, and you always wake up to a full charge ready to go. This shift in behavior is part of what makes riding an electric scooter unique. It reshapes your relationship with your machine. The cost factor also plays a role in the overall experience. Even though electric scooters can be slightly more expensive upfront, the running costs are far cheaper compared to petrol models. Electricity is much cheaper than fuel, maintenance is lighter, and incentives in some countries make them even more affordable. Over time, you start realizing that riding electric doesn't just feel modern and eco-friendly, it actually saves you money in the long run. This adds to the sense of satisfaction when you glide through the city streets on a fully charged scooter. Another fascinating part of the electric scooter experience is how people around you react. Since they're often futuristic-looking, sleek, and silent, they tend to catch attention. Pedestrians sometimes don't even notice you coming until you're right beside them because of the quietness, and fellow riders often ask about range, performance, and charging. Riding one makes you feel like part of a new wave of urban mobility, almost like you're experiencing a piece of the future before everyone else does. At the heart of it, riding an electric scooter isn't just about transport, it's about a shift in lifestyle. It's about choosing efficiency, embracing technology, and contributing to a cleaner, quieter city. The sensation of silent speed, the simplicity of ownership, the thrill of instant torque, and the satisfaction of leaving behind emissions all combine into something that feels new and exciting. The future of commuting is arriving faster than many expected, and riding an electric scooter is one of the clearest windows into that future. Speed Rush Motors will continue exploring this new era of mobility, because the electric experience is not just a trend, it's the start of a whole new chapter in the riding world. Whether you're curious, cautious, or already convinced, there's no denying that the electric scooter experience is changing the game, one ride at a